Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back for the, fourth day in a row we're live. Holy crap, but I'm going to do my best to get through this update today. Bitcoin continued selling off yesterday after the live stream, and I can't even tell you how many alerts I got. I'm pretty sure I got over 100 price alerts from TradingView. I did not sleep well, but I'm pushing through the burnout to bring you guys this update because I know we're all wondering the same question. Is Bitcoin, is the bottom in, at least locally? Is it in, maybe in a macro sense? We're going to take a look at that today, take a peek at the charts, some metrics, probably get through as many of those altcoins as we can and update, but I'm telling you, I don't have the energy for a 3-hour stream today, so we're going to just keep with the good stuff. As we talked about earlier in the week, we had a lot, and I mean a lot, of economic data come out. Mr. Chirpow joined us twice this week. He will be joining us again March 22nd. Stream is scheduled. Don't forget to check that out. Join us then. We had short-term energy outlook, and then the big numbers that everyone's paying attention to: non-farm payroll, employment change, or non-farm employment change. We have jolt job openings. We have initial jobless claims, and then today, non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. Taking a look at those numbers, it does look like the forecast was exceeded for non-farm employment. Jolt job openings exceeded estimates. Initial jobless claims actually up yesterday, which should be a good thing, is that showing unemployment increasing. And then today, non-farm payrolls. Really beating forecast there, about 50% higher than the 205K estimated. Unemployment rate creeping up to 3.6%, up 2% from the forecast. Those are actually kind of good numbers. Good numbers, not in the sense of people losing their jobs, but for the Fed, they're going to be looking for more and more unemployment data that fits their narrative to stop the rate hikes. Here is the problem. So let me preface first with, these numbers are good in our favor that came out today. That's a positive thing. So we may see an impact on our Fed tool monitor tool forecasting the BPS interest rate hike in March. We may see, hopefully, been following that day to day. We've seen a lot of change, a lot of volatility there. That may change that. However, that's likely just going to play into March. And unfortunately, I think the larger overall picture here is this is pretty mixed data. It's not clearly defined. It's not the problem is getting better or the problem is getting worse. Both of those can be probably easily actionable. But when you get mixed data, like some of these numbers are higher, some of these are lower, that doesn't give the Fed a clear path. And so it's not quite as good as I would like it to be. But let's take a look at our Fed rate monitor tool. And holy shit, this is more volatile than Bitcoin, it seems. Literally yesterday, the 50 BPS, like, you might not be able to see it, 50 BPS sitting right here above me. Yesterday, at some point, this was at 78%. I think it closed the day at 60, now down to 41. This is a pretty crazy tale that I think does just back up what I said about kind of unclear signals to the Fed and maybe not a sure path moving forward. At the start of, or the end of February, 25 BPS was all but guaranteed according to the market. Probability was over 90% for 25 BPS. That shifted dramatically this week with Chirpow speaking to the House and to the Senate. We saw the 50 BPS increase to almost 90%, and now it's about break even. So this reflects very strongly what I was saying. Not a lot of certainty, and unfortunately, uncertainty is not what markets like. It's not what they thrive on. This isn't exactly what we wanted, but it is good to see this, this expectation simmer down a little bit. We were speculating maybe even a 75 BPS increase, and that does seem to be coming off the table now, at least for now. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Taking a look at Bitcoin funding rates. This is what we want to see, baby. This is what we want to see. This has eluded us the last few times we've checked it out. In fact, I want to make a bold statement and say this is the first time we have seen USDT and USD margin contracts along with token margin all with green, all with negative funding or below neutral. This is a short-term bullish sign. I don't think it should be read as anything more than a short-term sign, and it is to be expected. Bitcoin did drop. It did break through some levels of liquidity last night and yesterday, and what funding rates are showing us is that the market is a little bit bearish on it. They're opening shorts at a faster rate than longs, and that does typically, as counterintuitive as it is, lead to some kind of upside. So we'll keep a close eye on funding. If that does change, for instance, if we see these usual culprits like Coingecko or maybe DYDX popping up into really heavy positive rates, that means maybe these rates are being arbed. Maybe it's not as bullish as it sounds, but this is good at least for a short-term bounce, and that is excellent. That is excellent. Open interest I wanted to look at. Let's see if there's any change here. I don't think there is, but I just wanted to take a peek. I assume more than a little bit of open interest closed on yesterday's dump. Let's take a peek here, zoomed in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Coming on down. Not really what we wanted either. As we looked at this a little bit ago, we said essentially when the market's bullish and trending up, we do see open interest tend to stack up. It gets higher and higher and higher until it reaches some kind of point like here in April. We see a pullback and that open interest gets closed, liquidations, etc. And what we're looking for into 2023, right here. Unfortunately, this closing of open interest not helping, but we're looking for that same thing to happen. We're looking for open interest to begin stacking, accumulating, and that's not quite what we're seeing yet, unfortunately. Not the best take. Heading on over to max pain price for today, 20.2K. That's right around where price is right now. That's not that interesting. April, we're looking at 23, May to 22, June 20, September 19, December 23. Really max pain prices, I haven't seen this before, but over the recent period of time has just been tracking with price. Seems like when price moves down, all these max pains move down. When price moves up, all these pains move up. Not a lot there. Looking at the crypto space, we're going to see a ton of red, and I doubt there's really going to be anything green. Anything at all. Biggest loser in the top 100. No, my baby Litecoin. No, down 16%. Dash down 18. Ajax down 16. Honestly, the whole space looking at double-digit losses today in the red. You may have seen my tweet about the market update today. It's just a crap post. Don't worry, guys. Market report March 10th. Just a big red candle. Follow me on Twitter at tomcrown.crypto. Also, guys, if you're out there and you haven't yet, or if you're new, subscribe. Press the subscribe button right now. Hit those likes. Share the stream out. The more engagement we get as a live stream, the more YouTube shows us to new eyes. And that's why we keep growing through the bear market, through the questionable bull rally. That's with your help. So please continue to do that. You guys have done great. Let's get those likes up. Let's see who our first subscriber of the live stream will be. If you subscribe, you'll get shouted out. There's the perk. There you go. Check out our sponsors, of course. Oop, wrong button. Check out our sponsors, Fairdesk, Bybit, and Marketcipher. Links in the chat in the video description below. Sign up using my link to help support the channel. You'll get bonuses or discounts as well for using them. It's a win-win. Biggest gainers does not look like anything, really. We got 3% on Leo token. Wouldn't touch an exchange token. We saw Huobi, or what is it, HT? Huobi, yesterday, was trading at about $5 at the start of the day, and during the day, crashed. It looked 348. I thought it went much lower than that. It did go much lower than that. Hold up. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. I thought that was wrong. Crashed down to 31 cents for more than a 90% loss. I've never used Huobi. I don't really trust it personally. I don't know many people have used it. I wouldn't touch it. This is not a good take. We also saw Tron sell off at the same time, which is interesting because Justin Sun has connections with both. I wonder if he's okay. Hopefully. But based on just this, it doesn't mean that other exchange tokens are going to do the same. In fact, I'd say they probably won't. But I think that ups the risk for exchange tokens and is not a very comforting environment. I wouldn't touch them. Would not touch them. You know things are bad when PaxG is one of the biggest gainers here, representing Gold Peg, up 1.6%. I did get alerts on gold. And so without further ado, let's look at some charts, man. Let's look at some charts. As we get into the charts, though, let me pull up the chat. Slow morning. Slow morning. I guess everyone's energy is burned from the last, I don't know, 5 days of insanity, right? We'll get there. Just keep engaging. If you are in the chat right now, put something in the chat so I know you're here. Let me shout you out. T-Bone, everyone's live. That's probably it. Jonah, HT with the flash crash. Yeah, we haven't seen something like that in a long time. Pretty spicy stuff. I've never touched HT. Never used How IOL. It's been rough. What's up, Pickle, Tom G, Josh, Brian, Josh Breen. Blaze it. Let's get 420 likes. Then I'll blaze it after the show. What's up, Petey? Bears are absolutely allowed in this chat. Don't listen to the mods. They're full of shit. Bears are allowed in this chat. Absolutely. We don't hate people for just betting the other direction as us. We need them as liquidity. Whether you're a bear or a bull, you need the other party. Or else you ain't filling orders. What's up, Ezer? Olmaz. Pow, pow, pow. Something. Thank you, man. What's up, Mike Vollmer, the newest wrench? Going to bat for me at Crypto R Us today. Almost had a casualty. What's up, Andone, Shring Tech, Lazarus Hand? We are here. Something. Thank you, my friend. Something will do. Something will do. Sharknado, Pishta. What's up, Pishta, my man? Acadia 32. Whoa, been a long time. Good to see you, dude. Wow. Long time. Gotta be years. What's up, G Money, Leroy, D-Do, Peter, Zing the Crypto, 420 Bud Monster, Justin Justice, David Harrison, Tonzi, Norman, Greg, Hargus, L Saint, Trent Brolette, Steve B, RKO6, Steve V, Brendan Keys, Hack and Ryan. Man, when I do this, I dig my own grave, don't I? D-Gen, Andrew R. Loud, Thomas L. Hurt, Alltrack, Hex Kids, Patrick Simpson, Leroy, The Golden Jet, Hawken, Craig Bowen, Adam R., Bad Baptist, Madcap, Pat, Derek Miller, Holden Nero, JQR. Oh my God. All right. Whew, we got to take a break. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of words, man. There's a lot of people here. Good to know. Good morning to you, Tweedledee, Frosted Nips. Nice name. Mama's hairy today. All right, Frosted Nips. All right. All right. What's up, Nikki? How you doing, Nikki? Jason Worrell, Frosted Flake. Everybody's here. Everyone is here. Including the famous Jeremy Ragsdale. It's a family reunion. Exactly. It's a family reunion, and I can't imagine a better way to spend it than with all of you. We have tons of people here. If you are here and I miss you, put something in the chat. I'll try to grab you. We have not had our first subscriber yet. Who will take the challenge and champion this task by subscribing right now? Someone. We have hundreds watching. One person has to not be subscribed. If you're already subscribed, you can't subscribe again. Unscribing, resubscribing won't do it. But what you can do is hit the like button. Vote in the poll. We do have a poll going. Where's that at? You got too many tabs, man. Subscribe. Bitcoin bottom is in. 29% saying it's in all caps, baby. 15% not in. 20K. At this point, I'll say that 20K, it still counts, right? It still counts. Like 19.6, 19.7. 27% looking to retest 2022 lows, so 15.5, and 30%, 29%, lower than 59. Looks like the sentiment is heavily bearish. That is mirroring what we saw yesterday. Not a lot of change there, but that is interesting. Interesting. What's up, CPL? Tizen coin. Green candles ahead. I hope so. Sud Hakar ready. Corey, we're getting spicy. So James Cadwell segueing me into the first thing I wanted to talk about. What happens if we close below this line? That's a good question. Nothing good. Ooh, we have exactly 420 viewers right now. Hell yeah. 420. Tizen coming in with the broship. Good to have you. We did hit 20K again, so drink, by the way. If you didn't last night, you do have to drink. So what happens if we close below this trend line? Let's start with this. 1, we are on the week. So we have 2 days and 9 hours. 2 days and 9 hours to go. There we go. There we go, baby. Tizen coin. My man. Getting access to those emojis in the green name. Put some of them emojis in chat, my friend. Show them off. There's the flood of first subscribers. You all raced. It looks like a tie. Tommy Tielemans, Jason Worrell, and Constantin L. You're all the MVP today. Well done. taking the stream scribegidity. So what happens when we fall below? We have the week. We have 2 days and 9 hours. And so right now, trading here is absolutely uncomfortable. It is not a good sign. It is not something I like. However, we have 2 days and 9 hours to go. So what are we going to look for? We're going to look for the weekly to close above this trend line. If it doesn't, I'll answer your question at some point. Nothing good. Nothing good, my friend. Let's say this trend line's right there. Almost exactly 20K. That's our weekly target here. We want to see the bulls come in and at least hold up 20K, it seems. Maybe if we go down to the day. Whoa. Whoa. Get rid of this. There we go. So we placed it on the weekly. I'm going to place this again. Re-snap this so we make sure it's right on the day. There we go. There we go. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Closing even a day below this is very bad. Closing a day below it, not immediately moving back above it, is very bad. If that happens, I will probably be closer in alignment to some of the votes on the poll today. As you guys remember, just a real quick recap, our guide, or my guide to where my trade bias is going to be, we have been saying above the 200 weekly for total crypto market cap. I'm aiming up, and if we trade below, I'm aiming down. So I am aiming down right now. I'm aiming down. Where'd it go? There we go. That would line up really well with total trading under its 200 weekly. I think what we would look for, I mean, the most logical point of liquidity below us is going to be right about 18.3. Our measured move using our Fibonacci extension, 18 flat. So that's a nice 1.5% zone. This is where the next liquidity would be. If we close below this trend, we'd be looking down here, perhaps lower. There's really no way to tell. There really won't be a way to know if it's going to bounce here or not. But as we see on the day here, when we're zoomed in and we have our trend line placed perfectly using the magnet tool, we actually aren't below this trend line yet. We're not. We did touch it. It looks like at 19.5. We'll move it down here. At 19.5. Where we touched our 19.6 looks like the trend line. If we go below, absolutely right here. And then what else do you have? Let's be realistic. You have 15.5. And then below that, you have your macro supports that we've been kind of waiting to be tested. But at the same time, I don't think they will be. This one possibly. This one I don't think will be. So we've got 18 to 18.3, about a 1.5% range. 15.5, our 2022 low. Below that is 13.8, one of the most critical levels on the Bitcoin chart. That was the bull market, bear market rally rejection in 2019, 13.8. And then the ultimate last stand level. And this one, I have a feeling, does not get tested. And if it does, I do not believe it will break. So below we have 13.8 and 10.7. Those would be the targets. It's that easy. At this point, I'm not personally looking for that yet. I still think we're seeing a liquidity grab, but man, I've been wrong before. I was of the opinion yesterday what we were going to see in price action. It was 20.3, likely to be the low for that day. It did trade lower, obviously down to 19.6, but I'm still looking for the same play. Still looking for the same play. That same play, let me snap these nicer. Let me make this chart perfect for y'all. Basically, you had a diagonal, a trend line support. It broke and you fell very quickly. There was no, what do we call? There's no kind of like dead cat bounce, no rally. There was very inefficient price action, basically just down. And if you go down to really low time frames, you really see that. Like, what is this? What is this? What's that? That's gibberish. Look at it. It's gibberish. That comes off of the previous, very similar inefficient price action move to the downside. What happens when we get inefficient price action? Well, just like CME gaps, we tend to see the market go back and fill those in. So that is most of the reasoning, honestly, that I'm looking for this bounce. Now, yesterday, I said the spice meter is at 9 out of 10 bears on cocaine. That was the highest, or the lowest, the most bearish spice meter reading since it was brought into existence. I don't even know, like at the beginning of this year. 9 bears on cocaine. Remember, guys, the scale is only 1 to 9 for no reason other than to be confusing, and we add the word cocaine to it because it's funny, because that bear on cocaine movie. Yes, it's mostly gibberish, but it looks like 9 out of 9 bears on cocaine was correct yesterday. Hopefully today we see something a little bit more bullish. The daily is not going to have it for us. The daily, not having it. Unfortunately. We'll keep looking. We'll keep looking. So ignoring everything, there is something here. There is something here. There's some reason we might see a bounce here. Well, 20K has got to be one of the most psychological levels in Bitcoin. That is a number people like me have been staring at for years. Not a bad place to find some kind of support. But that alone, I don't know if that's enough. What we do have, which is very interesting, is the 200-day moving average. If you guys remember, I don't even know, what was it? Maybe the start of February. In the start of February, we had a first again for Bitcoin. I know these firsts are getting boring. I'm tired of firsts. It'll be just more of a mix-up for it to not be a first for anything at this point. We had a first in Bitcoin history, and that was something I'm putting on the chart right now. I should have prepared. There we go. We had a very eventful moving average event. I don't know how to say it. On the 6th, we had a golden cross on the day. This really didn't do anything. Really didn't do anything. On February 13th, we had the first ever Bitcoin death cross on the week. Really didn't do anything either. I mean, we can say this, but if you think this is death cross action for a weekly time frame, you're just seeing what you want to see. You'd have to see 15.5 break to be like, yeah, that was real. Anyway, when this happened, I said it wouldn't surprise me to see price move to both of these crosses. Now, obviously, this took a lot of time. The 50 came up, but we have seen now a test of the 200 week and now a test of the 200 day. To bounce here, though I'm not seeing it on the chart yet, would be pretty technically awesome. That would have fulfilled both crosses, and now, I mean, yes, we could get stuck in a range between these for a long time. That would not be great. That would not be awesome. But this 200 day, finally it did hit. We were right. Doesn't really matter if we were right. But more importantly than even being right is look at Bitcoin. This is just Coinbase, so it's a lot of the history. It's not all of it. 200 day, very important, very significant moving average to the chart. Let's take a peek at the previous bull run, or the previous bull run. I'm dating myself. We can see that the entire rally existed above the 200 day, making very savage, very quick pullbacks to them, sideways trading, and then it creeps back up. This continued, like, look at this. It's like perfect. That was April 2017. All the way to the top. We retouched it in February after the bull run was over. And here's where it gets spicy. So we see it didn't actually touch here, but this is, in my opinion, close enough. Rejections on the day from the 200 daily moving average. You can see that continued all the way until when? April 2019. So the entirety of the bear market, minus the initial sell-off from 20K under the 200 day. When it was retaken in 2019, rallied to that 13.8 number. When we lost it again, this is what's interesting. This is why it's such a pivotal point right now. We lost it again, and that was basically the signal that we were still in the bear market. So recovering from March 2020 crash, we back tested it again, moved back up, fell into summer of 21 where we had our, we'll call it a bear trap. Back in a bullish structure, and then here we go. That's a really long-winded way of getting to right here. So right here, and this happens to be one of our points for our descending trend line that we're also straddling right now. The coincidence of the 200 and that trend line being at the same spot right now is pretty wild. But you can see right here, we rejected from it at exactly 48.5 or something, 48K. The entirety of the bear market spent under the 200-day. Now let's zoom in again to today, right here, similar to April 2019. However, you'll notice this again isn't really that reminiscent of anything. In 2019, we took off. We didn't come back to it until we fell below it. It rallied for like weeks and weeks and weeks. Here we broke it, and now we're back on top of it. So I think I can say pretty confidently that above here, things are okay. They're all right. They're not great. We really need that 200 week. But below here, it gets very ugly. It gets extremely ugly. So a very long-winded way of saying, what happens if we fall back below? If we fall back below, we lose the 200 daily. We lose the macro descending high trend from our all-time high. And things don't look so hot then. This is really, 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 I feel like we say this every day. Oh, it's a critical day. Oh, it's a big day. Yeah, it is. They're all big days. But like this level is so big. Is it possible, Tom, that we fall down to 18K and then bounce? Of course it is. Of course it is. Is it possible we go down to 15K and bounce? Of course it is. Possible we go down? Yeah. Anything's possible, guys. Anything's possible. It's all possible. However, losing right here will spell for a lot of pain, and likely the entire forecast for this year, 23, is going to get changed up by that. The entire forecast. So it's really, 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 I don't even know how many reallys, really nice that we're seeing at least selling stopped for now, right? At least. I'm going to take this off 1 hour. There we go. At least. We were watching this live yesterday, and I remember, I think this was back here. I said, what we're looking for here is some kind of V-shape, some kind of very strong selling impulse that hits a wall, is bought back up, price springs. That didn't happen. It didn't happen there. I was saying it doesn't really look like this yet. And I'm not going to lie, and I don't want to scare you. Well, I'm not going to lie. I never lie to you guys. This is my honest opinion. This doesn't really look too great either. It doesn't look too great. The only thing I like about this at all is that on the hour, intra-hour, price traded below our trend and below that 200 twice before settling higher. Market participants not allowing candles to close under the trend line. It did. There's still like no higher high. You might have a higher low, but that's still in flux. Doesn't really look great. This is the only thing I really like about this chart. The only thing. So I'm going to add like a bunch of redundant alerts here, just so it annoys the crap out of me if it goes off. Just under 19.6. Just under. Oh, I should update you guys on my live trades. I'll do that later. What I think everybody wants to see at this point is let's go from the low time frames up to, we'll go up to like the 12 hour. Let's just take a peek if there's anything, right? Any kind of sign. Because yesterday, nothing. Yesterday, 9 out of 10, 9 bears on cocaine. Hopefully today that rating is down. Hopefully the bears have found rehab. Maybe they found God and they're reforming themselves. I don't know. Hopefully. So let's start out on the 1 minute, the most gibberish time frame known to humans. But we might as well start there. Might as well. I'm going to be using Marketcipher here. I'm also going to throw up the LuxAlgo price action concepts. I have actually been enjoying using these in tandem. LuxAlgo and Marketcipher links in the chat in the video description below. Use my link to sign up if you're interested. LuxAlgo, I like that, is putting not only structural patterns on the chart, but it's also adding live order block data. And then basically, I don't even need RSI if I have Marketcipher up. Marketcipher providing VWAP, RSI, Stotch RSI, money flow, momentum on a shorter and longer time frame. I think that's it, right? I think that's all the indicators. So between these two, I have a full command center. Full command center of data. So on the 1 minute, not loving anything about this 1 minute. I do kind of like this. We're really zoomed in, so just ignore this, but this is just my chart nerdiness coming out. I do like this reaction. That was the hourly wicks and closes above 19.6. That's a nice little reversal. This was looking very good. In fact, on the one, this was looking maybe a little V-shaped, but this sell-off has kind of pooped on that parade. We do see heavier liquidity, heavier orders above us than below us, which can be viewed as there's more liquidity up in this very tight price range. Remember, we're on the 1 minute, it's only 3%. But at the moment, 1 minute not showing me anything I want to see. I am now, yes. I welcome this site. The 5 minute, this is good. 5 minute actually showing some strength. It spent a hell of a long time in negative money flow for the 5 minute. Basically 3-4 days. We saw our highs coming down, or I guess our lows coming up. I always get that confused when I say it out loud. Our money flow lows coming up, and finally we got a strong push on the 5 minute of momentum, flipping money flow green, and now we're at a higher high. So the 5 minute is looking for further upside at the moment. That's excellent. Yesterday, no time frame did. 1 minute was kind of crappy. 5 minute looking better. To the 15, I like this as well. No, not as good as the 5. Still negative money flow, but we do see our lows coming up. The 15 looking to roll over here, which is going to be a great sign. That looks like a corncob pipe. That also looks like a corncob pipe. I can't draw a check mark right now. There we go. Going to be, hopefully, the 5 minute pulling the 15 minute over, giving us that rollover. And I like this here. Further evidence of that. The 15 minute catching, momentum catching at the 0 line. That's always a good sign. Always a good sign. Wait, what just happened? There we go. 30 minutes starting to look, it did give us technically the rollover, but I'm a little hesitant. Although we do have that same 0 line. This is actually pretty good. On 2 time frames, on the 15 and 30 now, we're seeing this 0 line pivot. And if we're going to always look at this the same way, we would say that looking left, our low is exceeded. So this is looking to roll over. With that 0 line twist, that's really the only reason. I was going to not say it yet, but that 0 line twist actually pushed me over the edge. 45 minutes still looking very heavy, unfortunately. So we have some goodies in the 5 to 30 minute time frame. As we get out to near an hour, things are looking heavier again. The hour could be looking to roll over here. Could be, but we're not quite there yet. The takeaway, look at this momentum. This momentum just refusing to go to the positive side. In fact, only negative momentum for 3 days on the hourly time frame. That is a lot of selling pressure. And with no recovery, no relief bounce, you gotta assume the short-term sellers are running out of coins. You got to. They got to push price back up so they can grab their coins again. Got to. Liquidity obviously still chilling above. We're going to go to the 4 and the 12, and then we're just going to do charts and other stuff. I don't want to do a huge run through. 4 hours still looking like hot garbage. The only factor here, we do have a higher high in VWAP. Not enough. Not enough. We're going to have to see that hour 45. We're going to see those roll over. Or that shit in the water, man. 6 hour equally as ugly as the 4. Equally. Lower lows on momentum. Lower lows on money flow. We don't have... I'm not seeing this yet. That's what sucks. I'm not seeing what I think will happen price-wise that bounce back to the trend. Not seeing it on my indicators. That 15 and 30 and those shorter time frames, they could maybe amount to like this, like a 382. Like maybe they'll bring us back to 20.6. We really do need to see, I would say, like the hour rollover and the 4 hour rollover, or give us the signs too before we're looking for like 22.5. 12 hour is still hot garbage. Unfortunately, so it is an upgrade from yesterday's nine bears on cocaine. It is going to be downgraded to 5 sober bears, just sober, maybe a little hungry. Like they're a little hungry, but they're sober. These bears have never tried drugs, never experimented in college, so like they're a little chiller. They're a little chiller. LuxAlgo pointing out kind of what we were already assuming just based on the chart structure here, showing us an order block of liquidity at 22.4. I like that. I like that. But this isn't so great. Sitting down below us and identifying a level we don't have on our chart, 16.5. We see 46% of the visible orders in this range at that level with what appears to be very little at this 18 level, which is unfortunate. In the same sense where I said there's more orders up than down, that means liquidity's up. On a bigger picture, liquidity's down, unfortunately. Not what I wanted to see. I don't even know if you guys can hear the music. But this is a weird song. Alright. Alright, so 5 sober bears. Unfortunately, that's still a bearish read. Does not bode well for our 19.6 to hold. Luckily, some of those lower time frames are still showing us some strength. So I could see maybe... Oh, that's even lower than the original. I could see that playing out based on low time frames. That's a pretty clean climb, though, on the one. I bet the 1 minute's about to shape up. It didn't look the best. Definitely didn't look the best. But now it's coming off of a higher high on the one and higher lows on our negative money flow VWAPs rolling over. Might be seeing the pinch here. The 1 minute might be about to mix it up a little bit. Likely playing into that 5.15. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let me see. I missed some subscribers. What is up, NA? Ral Solis. That can't be all of them. If you subscribed today and you didn't, your name didn't pop up, let me know because you got rugged. I'll make sure that it's made correct. Hopefully we're getting close to 420 likes. I haven't checked yet. Stay on it, guys. Make sure you jump in the Discord as well. So let's just look. I can't go through all these charts. Like, there's just no way I can go through all these today. Take a look. Take a look at how many went off. Dollar. We'll definitely look at the dollar. Do I want to do this a different way? I wonder if I can make this easier. No, but look at the alerts in 1 minute. I'm sorry, guys. I'm ADD today. I'm kind of tired from all the streaming. I wanted to update you guys on CME because this happened while we were live yesterday, but not everyone caught it. CME gap at 20K closed. However, did leave another gap above it at 22.1 to 21.8. So if you believe all the gaps get filled, I don't know how you could be perma-bearish because there's gaps above you. And in fact, this means that there are officially 4 gaps above price and 1 gap below price. And that gap, people have been talking about being filled since July of 2020. Down at 9.6K. Your little CME update. Okay. I have an idea. I have an idea for this. Sebastian Barretta Jr. Amir Kwapti. Subscribe and well done. Well done. Welcome to the fastest growing #1 crypto channel on the internets. You're now part of it in our race against Bitcoin to 100K subscribers. I wish I could move this over. I don't think I can, unfortunately. I'll try to do this. Try to do it this way. So I have so many alerts. Let's see if we can go through them kind of quickly this way. Dollar. There's a big move on the dollar here, and I like it. It's going to be visible on the week if my memory serves. No, on the day. There it is. Dollar rallied up to January, early January's high of 105.63 before rejecting on the 7th. 1, 2, 3 now candles with larger red bodies showing a lot of downside momentum on the day. Marketcipher B might agree. Money flow is up. Actually, that's really close to tell. But we do have a lower low, and that's a break of structure. Dollar definitely showing weakness. Definitely showing weakness. I don't even know where it's going to go next at this point. That's a pretty ugly candle. Then that just looks like a Bitcoin weekly, doesn't it? It's like, oh yeah, everyone was excited, and then just closes as like a great bearish hammer. Probably looking at 103.5 liquidity from the weekly over here. The dollar down, and this is what's interesting. We pointed this out yesterday. Dollar is down for the week, yet stocks and crypto, which typically trade against it, typically they're green, also red. So almost everything is red at the same time. Very unusual. This doesn't happen often. There's one chart, which I saw the alert, so I'm just going to pull it up, that isn't red. And that'd be gold, baby, gold. Well, 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 well. We drew this, I drew this line live, and I said I was looking for gold to move to 1900. When was that? Like at the end of February. End of February, early March. And I remember it because I drew it and it went up for like a few days and then did this dump, and I was like, oh, did I just mess that up? Like, did I just really not get that? Thankfully today with this higher high, looking like the retracement to the 618 level from your swing high to swing low, still looking good. But gold is like the only green thing going on, which is very weird. Who's buying it? Probably countries. But again, it is green, but it's up 1.6% for the day. And on the year, I mean, you're nowhere near yearly high. Gold just hanging out there. And in fact, this is pretty funny. Looks exactly like all of this just looks exactly the same. Let me get rid of this. All of this price action. It's just like moves up and then returns to like this 1830 level. Moves up, comes back to it. Moves down, comes back to it. But gold is up, and that's the only thing that I can find that's looking green today. Where did this go? I just had it open. Oh, Bitcoin dominance, I got an alert as well. So let's take a look at that, because this is spicy AF. Bitcoin dominance is a very important metric. Not because I'm a maxi. It was important before that. It is important because essentially when we see Bitcoin dominance rise, the market tends to be bearish as risk appetites dry up. When risk appetite expands, markets tend to be bullish as people look for higher return on their assets. With this sell-off, in a very unusual mechanic, Bitcoin as well sold off. However, Bitcoin dominance falling while Bitcoin sells off says that the rest of the crypto market actually sold off less. And that does make sense as we were looking at total for the last few weeks and saying total is weirdly more bullish than Bitcoin. We don't see that happen often. And here it is being expressed on the chart. Dominance falling out of what we very preemptively identified as a flat top and making a retracement. Probably targeting the 42 level, previous resistance, for a higher low. Yeah. Very spicy, though. Very spicy. Now, if I can find here, I guess it's this one? No. I just made a chart. I literally just made it. And I don't know where it went. God, I'm a mess. All right, I'll just pull it up again. Here we go. All right, let's keep peeking. So SPX also in kind of this awful doom crap scenario. And of course, not actually doom, guys. There's never actually doom. There we go. With a beautiful, beautiful back test. The beautiful, beautiful back test at the start of March to the 200-day. The S&P 500 was primed. I think it closed on Friday. Yeah, at the 200. Primed for a strong week, and it did not get it. This is not good. Not good. We saw a very short-lived bounce off the 200 into a lower high, which broke our low. Stocks are in trouble. Now, I don't think they're doomed yet, although I think they've always been doomed secretly. I don't think they're doomed yet, but they're really close to being in trouble here. Like, really, really close. You can't even fit a trend line here in any meaningful way that'll touch the price right now. Here we go. Test of the 200. Back test of that trend line. Rejection, broke the low. I mean, you're looking for liquidity just like Bitcoin did. Liquidity going to be resting 3,700, 3,500, and who knows below. If 3,700 breaks, things are going to get really ugly. Really ugly. This had a really nice structure, and it just lost it. Just lost it. Too bad, stonks. KDA, breaking lower here. On today, trade down to 86 cents. Broke its potential flat top pattern. Not a great look for KDA. Now, this bottom could be in there, right? Could be. But that's a knife. If I was looking to play this, you got 80 cents, an obvious level of liquidity. Market makers likely going to be looking to sweep it. That is your 0.5 retrace. That could be, or no, 382. 382. 68.7 below that. You can see a wick here at your 0.5. This is not the best of looks. Money flow on the day, lower high, rolling over. Ugh, I mean, nothing is going to look good today. Don't worry. It's not just KDA. I did get an alert that our bullish engulf for the quarter was very briefly lost. Was it? Did it really trade to 19.4? No. Must have been on some other exchange. On some exchange it happened, though. However, even though it didn't happen quite yet, this is something I'm going to pay attention to. What's up, my man? Sharknado. 37 months in a row. I think you're the longest standing one. It's like you or Dallin. I don't remember. But well done, my friend. Can I check out D-Wave Quantum? QBTS. I can. You might have to remind me in like 5 minutes. You might have to. But I appreciate you, brother. Let me get through this. This is actually really important. So I didn't even think about this, and luckily that did fire incorrectly. Our quarterly bullish engulf. So maybe this is a good target for us to look to hold. It is very close to the levels we went over earlier. 19.4, trading below 19.4 on Coinbase. You've lost your bullish engulf on the month, and you even might have a double top. You lose that bullish engulf. You might even have a double top on the quarterly, which is something I don't think we've ever seen. Or no, right here. If you needed to get nervous today, do you ever get nervous? That happened there. Let's ignore that for now. Trading below 19.4, going to lose that bullish engulf in the quarter. That's not a good sign. That's pretty ugly. LTC, BTC, my baby, being like one of the biggest losers today. I saw a lot of people on Twitter post about how this was bullish, and I didn't want to burst their bubble. Didn't want to burst that bubble. Somebody asked, I think it was DB in the Discord recently, how do I feel about Litecoin? I said, honestly, I'm always going to be bullish on Litecoin, but LTC, BTC right now looks bearish. It is an easy pattern. Lower highs, flat bottom. You break to the downside. Where is it going to bounce? I don't know. I hope it catches bids before 002 or it's in big trouble. Big trouble. Maybe target 0033, 618 retrace. But Litecoin, Bitcoin, yikes. I'm going to place another alert there just to update myself if it falls more. Look at ANKR below its 200 daily moving average, and this chart does look like hot garbage. I'm not going to lie. Look at that. That's awful. You have a V-shaped top, which is the opposite of what we were hoping for on a low for a reversal. V-shaped top, that's looking really gnarly with very little pullback into that V shape. That looks like a blow off top. You've broken your low. I mean, the daily could settle up above the 200 and it could look to retrace. But if you don't settle up higher, you've broken your structure and you really are going to have to be targeting downside moves. Probably like 2.1 cents. LUNC. Everything set off alerts yesterday. It's freaking wild. It was like a machine gun on my phone. LUNC broke December's low of 0.0012, traded down to 0.0011. I mean, your supports are kind of few and far in between here. I mean, I guess just like the psychological one. And then you have to go all the way down to this wick. Not a hot take. Not a hot take on Luna B. It was looking pretty fresh around here, though. All these charts look the same to me. Sand now back down to 51 cents after trading very briefly. Oh, it didn't get to $1. Very briefly, almost to $1. Reminds me of STX. In deep retracement, it is at its 618 here at 53 cents. You lose that and you're looking for the lows again. That's like no good. You have a small chance of 46 cents. Small chance. As I go through these, it is going to be the same 200 daily moving average for each of these. What's interesting to me is the position of them is different. You can see Luna C rejected back here. ANKR now just backtesting it potentially as support. Sand rejecting off of it. That's actually really interesting. Let's look at Ocean. Ocean Tether high above its 200. Actually, it's 200 at 22 cents. If we do see the market bounce, maybe today or in the next few days, I would look for coins that are near their 200 but above them. And if you see the market bounce, you might see them sell off and tap those 200s, and that might be actually really good entries. They could be. Definitely could be. You do have support, it looks like, on Ocean at like 26 cents, looking at your previous highs. So it hasn't broken quite as bad as some of the other ones. Yet. FET high above its 200 day. I didn't realize FET like almost got back to its all-time high. Nah, never mind, it was 50% away. Pretty ugly, looking like a double top here on like months or year candles. But you are high above your 200. You haven't really broken quite the same as other charts. Your daily's looking much weaker though. Another one of those where the 200 is below you, down at 16 cents. That's a 50% drop from here. But those 200s, they may be supplying some slick entries. I didn't put another alert. Osmo does not look good. At least it didn't break its all-time low. To be honest, I'm just going to put the alert down here because I don't care about this coin. Render hit our target up here at 215, pulling back. Actually, just really at previous resistance now at $1. That might be one of the better picks here. I don't know how you'd play the stop loss, honestly. But $1, nice psychological level. You did see resistance there. You may see it as support here. That might be the best one so far. Dash returning to its 200 and maybe proving me or making me look good. Right to that 200 daily moving average. Market bounce or retracement for Dash from here looks pretty solid. A pretty solid move. It's right around 50 bucks. Trading below there, going to get ugly, obviously. LTC, BTC already looked at. Apt. Okay, so this is we're getting to the end of the list here. There are more, but I do want to pull up Apt for you guys. We had a lot of theories on the different price movements. A lot of theories. However, the most, I don't know, the one that we talked about first, when Apt broke its all-time high and went into price discovery. We said we have targets of 1482 and 1758 for profit-taking targets. And then what can we do? We can look to potentially re-enter at the previous all-time high of $10. TP1 hit 1482. TP2 hit 1758. What happened next? Return to the all-time high at $10. This is one of the most fire charts we've done this year, for sure. Not only did we get within, I don't know, 14% of the high in price exploration. We called, I don't know, I don't like the word called, but looking at market structure, basic resistance support, nothing else really was breaking all-time highs. And remember the first day I looked at it, I said, guys, this is in price discovery. If you're market ordering in, good luck. That's really risky. The smarter, patient trader going to wait for that $10 retest. Here we are. Here we are. Does that mean you should buy it at $10? I don't know. It can definitely go lower. But there it is. We had our previous all-time high, our swing low, a new all-time high, and a return to that high. That's a classic pattern. A bounce from here could be very strong for APT. I could definitely see like a 50% upside to 48, something like that. Something along those lines. But I honestly would stop. I honestly, if I played this, would do my stop just under today's candle. It trades below 972. I don't want to see any lower lows. I need to see that support hold, or I'm out. Or I'm out. It just so happens that that wick and that previous all-time high $10, also the 618 retracement, and that's just a beautiful chart. Aptos just looks beautiful. Beauty. I did want to look in on GBTC because it was going nutty during the Chirpow meetings. It did hit a new yearly high, unlike Bitcoin, which is very interesting. I don't know how to digest this data yet. And then yesterday, following rest of the markets, did sell off. However, no lower low. No lower low, which is a big divergence from Bitcoin. Big divergence. That rally was a divergence. No new low was also a divergence. We were looking at $14, but we said this may also play out something like this. Coming back to test both of these trends potentially. So it did go a little bit lower than I was looking. Down to 1133 today. As long as it holds 1089, it's fine. This is weird. I don't know what to really take away from this. Marketcipher B on the day looks great, unlike almost anything else. My only suspicion, and this is totally suspicion, no evidence, nothing, other than the chart. As I will say, I've seen the chart call the news many times. I think with Grayscale battling SEC literally this week over the unfair treatment of a spot ETF versus derivatives ETF, which I think they have a legal case. I'm no legal expert, but that seems arbitrary and discriminatory. This could be foreshadowing a victory. Imagine this. Imagine, just for a second, guys. Imagine over the next, into next week, we continue selling, okay? This isn't even what I think is going to happen, but this is just to imagine it. It'll be interesting. We continue selling. We see, let's say 18.3, the December high is tested, right? All the way down there, people are freaking out, right? They're calling for 10K. I mean, they're already doing that. They're already calling for 10K, 6K, whatever number. But they start calling for these really low numbers. And then next week, like, Grayscale wins the case. And then it's like forced to be converted to an ETF. Like, the judge sides with it. Now, I think the odds of that are really low. But imagine if that happened, how much pain that would create. Markets are always looking to take the fork, put it in your leg, and twist. They like pain. I don't know why. They're a little freaky, markets. Imagine that scenario, though. Bitcoin dumps farther. Maybe like no bounce back to 23.4 or 22.3. 22.4. No bounce, just like baby bounce. And we fall down, and everyone thinks it's over. That was it. And then, I don't know, maybe get a little wick, and then Grayscale. Boom. Wouldn't that be spicy? That'd be spicy. I would love to see that happen. I got through a bunch of the alerts. There's probably like a bajillion more I didn't go through. I want to check back in on the low time frames. Bitcoin looking like it's heading back to that liquidity like we discussed earlier. The 5-minute has gained strength. That's good to see. The 1 minute did exactly as we speculated it would. Our lows were coming up on negative money flow. Our highs were coming up on positive. And we got a new high here. That high does look a little exhausted on the 1 minute, but that's okay. That dragged the 5 minute up. The 15... Let's take a peek. We were looking for it to roll over. That is looking like it's happening. That zero line catch was absolutely the tip off for me. The zero line catch, man. I don't know if other people use that. I honestly don't know how anyone else really uses any indicators. I just do my own thing. I think it's whatever works best for you. Doesn't matter what other people do. 15 minute though, more evidence of rolling over. 30 minute. We were a little skeptical. Then we saw that zero line bounce. 30 minutes still dragging down. We have the rollover signal. Hey, that check mark's not bad. Nice. Now, 45 is where it got ugly. It's still ugly. It's still ugly. You can see the curvature here. Momentum is trending back to positive, but I can't go ahead and say rollover yet. I need to see this. When that happens, then we can say it's rolling over. Hasn't happened yet. The hour approaching the same invalidation. Wow, we don't need much more upside here to get kind of a chain reaction. I'm going to upgrade from 5 sober bears to 4 sober bears now, as the 45-minute and the hour are just a hair's length away from both simultaneously giving the rollover signal, and that will line up then almost every time frame from minutes to into the hour. We didn't look at the 2, but I want to look at the 2. The 2 is very ugly. Never mind. You might go back to 6 sober bears. 2 hours, really ugly. So is the 3. The 3 might give us a little rollover, but like not enough. And the 4. So everything up to the hour, though, looking pretty good. That is with the caveat the hour needs just a tiny bit move higher. And it can pull up the 45 and the hour. So this is looking pretty spot on. LuxAlgo giving us the price, and Marketcipher B giving us the move. Man, it's like peanut butter and chocolate. That's a powerful combination. That's a powerful combination. I'm going to add the alert here. We haven't had anyone subscribe in 22 minutes. I find that hard to believe. Smash the likes and subscribes, fam. We need them. And no, Sharknado, I did not forget for once. QBTS, I don't think I've ever looked at it. I don't know what it is. I like looking at charts. I don't know what it is, though, because it gets rid of my bias. There's no bias. You don't know what it is. There we go, baby. Why does it keep getting rid of that circle? I've drawn that circle like 3 times right here. Here's what I'll do. Just so I can keep an eye on this, because I want to see it. I want to watch it as it hits my target. What was it? QBTS. Qubits. D-Wave Quantum. Here we go. Bitcoin reaching up to the target. Let's go. Wow. What is... Sharknado, dude. You find the weirdest charts, my friend. Definitely not in a bad way. You know I like this. This is the strangest goddamn chart I've ever seen. Like, what is this? What even is this? What? There we go, baby. Bitcoin hitting, slapping, shalapping. What even is this, dude? And last year, it was at 13.26. Now at 67 cents for 95% retracement. What? What? I don't even know how to TA this. Like, I guess you get your fib, right? I don't know what else to do. You get your fib out. Bronya, my man, welcome. Welcome to the live. The #1 crypto channel on the internet. Welcome. The #1 fastest growing, and just the #1 because we're the best. Don't be afraid. We're the best. Dude, what even is this? I don't even like know how to approach this. I wouldn't touch this with your money, Sharknado. Hell no. Hell no. Weekly does not look good on Marketcipher B. Daily could look worse. It's still very red, but it is showing some weakness there. Nah, not quite. That's still pretty trendy red. What do we do with this, man? What do we even do with this chart? Let's see if there's any. Okay, we have like 1 monthly order block. Cool. Cool. I will say this. If this was a crypto, I would say look at all this inefficient price action. So maybe I should say this about this. Look at all this inefficient price action. The market should look to fill that. I would first look to 631. Where do you go from there? Like, I don't even know, man. Okay, I see maybe why you got some spice on this cat. You definitely have bullish divergence painting, and it's like, how couldn't you with how crazy of a chart this is? With how much it's fallen, how could you not? You definitely have some bullish divergence on your lows, at least on the day. I wouldn't be surprised to see it on the week either. You have your lows coming down. RSI hit its lowest point right here, not the lowest point in price. This isn't quite a swing rejection. You did get a little oversold, but you're really close. That would have been beautiful. And you are right back here at the all-time low. Like, I don't know. This is either a phenomenal buy or a way to lose all your money. Kind of reminds me of Silvergate, to be honest. Kind of reminds me of Silvergate. This looks like the S-iest of S-coins. Honestly, though, even shitcoins, though, like, don't look this bad. Like, even shitcoins look a little bit better than this. Like, this is the strangest chart I've ever seen. And this is why it's so brutal. It started trading at $10. It traded roughly at $10 for 600 days. 600 days. It then broke into price discovery, fell like 30%. Everyone and their mom probably shorted as soon as it broke like $8-9. Stopped out the shorts by trading to a new all-time high. This is gibberish. Gibberish. Range for 2 years, fall 30%, go to a new all-time high, and then fall 95%. I don't know. What do you think, Sharknado? I wouldn't touch this. This is dangerous. Like, maybe I would touch it with my typical like $100 bag and then say, okay, I'm either losing $100 or this is gonna 10x. Like, and I have to be happy with both outcomes. It is at an all-time low. You've never gotten it cheaper. What a wild chart, man. Thanks for showing me. There we go. Bitcoin exactly as predicted. Hey. I hate when people say that. I hate it. Tapped liquidity. What do we got going on now? Retracement. Still strong, though. I don't really see a good... I really don't see a good place for this to bounce. I mean, we could turn... This isn't even a trend line, though. Kind of forgot that wasn't a trend line. It's not even a trend line. I don't know where this might bounce. We're just basically seeing profit taking at what? Where we identified liquidity. Easy peasy. LuxAlgo coming in clutch, identifying that for us. If my computer will load. Not loading. Oh, somehow it got turned off. That's why. We got liquidity down here, but something tells me, I don't know, maybe it's not going to retrace. Maybe that was just the profit taking. It will. I don't know. Anyway, sorry for ignoring the chat for so long. I'm back. Let me check in with the poll. We got 1,000 votes. Well done. It always baffles me. We have 1,000 votes, only 400 likes. Like, people are voting but not liking. They both cost you the same. They're both free. I don't know. But the results have not changed. 29% lows in, 29% we're breaking, 15.5. Let's close that poll up. Great job, by the way. Great job. William D. Taylor says, Qcoin's going to be okay for people to use in the US. Honestly, guys, I wouldn't touch Qcoin. I would withdraw. I tweeted that I would withdraw from Huobi and Qcoin yesterday. And it's funny to me how many comments I got of like, why are you spreading FUD? How is it FUD to tell people that I would withdraw? That's not FUD. There's nothing funny about that. It's only funny if you think they're insolvent. Like, but then if you think they're insolvent, you should withdraw. I'm not even saying they're insolvent. Wouldn't surprise me. But, not even saying that. I'm just saying I'd withdraw. The risk isn't worth it. There's no reward. I don't know. You do you. I have managed to escape virtually every crypto collapse in my crypto career. Whenever I get a bad vibe, I just leave. If time passes, nothing bad happens, I can kind of wade back in if I want. Just be careful, fam. People lost a lot of money on Celsius. Everyone thought Celsius was safe. I did too. Thank God they never sponsored us or anything. Thank God. It's weird. Like, you know when you get those comments quicker. Exactly, man. when you get those comments of like, that's FUD, you know that it's like orchestrated. Like those are bots or like shills for the exchange. Because what normal, like what rational human would be upset by that? Like only people who are invested in those exchanges. This is crypto. Like, is this FUD? Withdraw your coins from every exchange. All of them. If they're not in your wallet, they're not yours. They're not safe. Is that FUD? I mean, this is crypto. The whole point of it is your own custody. Like, you have to think that they're like, I don't know, shills or bots or something. I don't know. Qcoin sucked from the gate. Yeah, I kind of agree. You can check Doge. You lost 10 ETH and 1 Bitcoin on Celsius quicker. Dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. I told you guys as soon as I got a bad vibe. I told the community as soon as I got a bad vibe, I withdrew. Told you guys. In the Discord. Maybe that's a good argument for the Discord. I just got a bad vibe. I didn't have any insider information. I didn't have any information you guys don't. I just, in crypto, you'll notice people who have been in the space a long time have like, I don't know, crypto sense, like an intuitive sense. And really what it is people who've been in it a long time likely identify with the ideals of it, understand it, etc. Whenever we get like, I don't know, it can be anything. It isn't one thing. It's like whenever I just get a bad vibe, it's never worth it to keep my assets there. It's always worth it to withdraw. It costs you very little to withdraw and very little time. And if nothing happens, and if you decide you're being foolish later, you can send it back. But like, what are you really missing out on? Like what? I can understand people not wanting to sell things because they're going up. Like I can get that. But when it comes to withdrawing from exchanges, I don't understand. New York came after Celsius. New York's freaking savage. Urban KO, am I getting a Ledger Stacks? I used to have like an affiliate for Ledger, like a manager affiliate person. I have not been able to contact anyone. Am I going to buy one? Probably not. If they send me one for free, I will use it and I'll show it off and stuff. But I think the Ledger Stacks is really cool. I love the way it looks. I love the idea. I love like bringing kind of like updating it. Cause like Ledgers really just are like USBs, secure USBs. The Stacks looks cool, but there isn't really that much there other than like it looks cool. You know what, Ledger, if you're listening, send me one, prove me wrong. I'm not, if it has good features, I'll let them know. But the Ledger, I have like a Nano and an X. They're really all very similar. Like the S really is the same thing as all of them. There's just more bells and whistles. And to be honest, when it comes to hardware wallets, like bells and whistles, not really what you want. Ledger, I'm not talking shit, but like the more bells and whistles, the more potential vulnerabilities, right? There might not be any, but that opens the door to more. We'll see. Ledger, send me a Stacks, man. Long Mountain, Tom's a wise man. Thank you, sir. Sergio, you sold all. You sold everything. You're out. You're done. Lazarus hand. Don't hold money on exchanges. Exactly. It's not goddamn rocket science. It's not FUD. Maxi's over at, don't tell anyone that, Sergi. Don't tell anyone that. That's like insider trading then. Told you. It's weird. What even is Swan? I don't really get it. They're like a Bitcoin exchange, but I've never heard anyone use them. I've seen them on Twitter and stuff, but like, I just don't get it. Has that weird disconnect for me, like with FTX, where it's like, people are talking about this, but no one ever says they use it. This is odd. Is BitGet any better off? Honestly, I've been open, straightforward with you guys from day one with BitGet. I'll say this. Do I think they're insolvent? No. I don't think that. I don't have any reason to believe that. It doesn't mean they aren't, but I don't suspect that. But BitGet gave me those bad vibes from day zero of contacting me trying to be like a sponsor for this channel. Bad vibes, I was out. That's all it takes. Bad vibes, I'm out. So should you be worried? You should be worried about every exchange. You know, we have Fairdesk and Bybit as sponsors of this channel, and they're great exchanges. They're licensed. They have all the certifications, registrations, etc. that they need to operate. But does that mean they're 100% safe? No. Nothing is 100% safe. Nothing. Exchanges should not be used as cold storage. When you're trading on these exchanges like I do, I put the amount that I'm trading with on, and that's it. When I get profits, I take it off. Keep it safe. Keep it safe. James Cadwell, I do like that. Then it's FUD if you say not your keys, not your crypto. I agree. That's how gibberish it is. That's why I think it really is like bots and shills. Like, it's weird. Weird. Crypto Crab Man, only thing good from New York is bagels and Frankie. Don't forget Miss Teen Crypto. Don't forget the MTC. Age X Productions donated $10 to Super Chat. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. No message, I just thank you. But thank you too. Vince subscribed 11 minutes ago. 14 minutes before that, Bronya. We still only have 460 likes somehow. We did get over 420. That's good. That's good. Let's get those up. And let's subscribe if you haven't. There has to be someone out there who hasn't subscribed. Help us beat Bitcoin to 100K. We can do it with your help. What's up, David Brum? Luna got your spot bag. Bank on trading Luna. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Lots of people got very, very wrecked, and I'm glad you weren't one of them. Less is more. I like that. Ethereum being a security. That's some interesting stuff. So I tweeted about that. That was a little bit more on the FUD side. You guys, if you've been here for weeks and weeks or months and months or years, you would be aware. I have been saying since this rally started that we need FUD. We need FUD. It can't just be something that sounds scary. It has to feel real. And I'll say this. In the last week, we've had like 20 really real sounding and feeling FUDs. I can't even name them all right now. We have Silvergate. This is the head news line everywhere. Chirp How and like the house. We're talking about Silvergate. We have, God, what even? There's so much. I'm on the spot and I can't remember. Really just FUD after FUD after FUD. Like over and over and over again. Oh, the US moving 200 million of Bitcoin or something. Like it goes on. On the spot I can't remember, but literally there's like 20 things. The FUD is feeling real, isn't it? It's feeling real. Dude, we need that. It's the only way this rally can continue up. It needs FUD to be fueled. Why? Because it needs people to fold. It needs people to fold to continue going up. That's how it always has been. As we literally hand innovation to China. I mean, I think the US is bluffing right now. Oh, we're talking about Ethereum. Oh yeah, and the Ethereum stuff. And what? And then Qcoin being persecuted by the NY DAG. Yeah, lots. Let's talk about Ethereum though. So here's the thing. The NY Attorney General, don't think that they have the authority or jurisdiction to federally declare something a security. They did say that Ethereum is a security. The New York Attorney General. For some reason during this Qcoin lawsuit. Also feels very fuddy and orchestrated, doesn't it? Like, that's not really related. Is that the reason they're going after them? I doubt it. Here's the hard swallow pill, man. Not going to be a popular take. Ethereum is a security. I'm not a professional. Not a legal professional. This has been my opinion forever. Almost everything in this space is a security. Now, does that mean that the SEC should go after all of them? Take them all down? No. No, that would just hurt investors. That's silly. The answer is, I don't know the answer. I don't know what they should do. But it is certainly a pickle. And I think the US right now, as we've seen in the during the Chirp House speeches, crypto is now a commonplace word. That is a 180 from a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years ago, absolutely. Commonplace word. It's on their radar. I think the US is right now trying to figure out what the hell to do. Like, what are they going to do? They can go after these projects with like leaders, with like heads that are centralized and go after them. You can go after a person. But you can't go after a network. You can't go after Bitcoin. You can't go after Litecoin. You can't go after Dogecoin. There's no one to go after. That's the strength of crypto. That's why we're here. There is no centralized point of failure. The only ones that really need to fear the SEC and things becoming a security are the people heavily invested in coins that aren't decentralized. Hard to swallow pill, man. I own more Ethereum than probably most people in this room. Not everyone, obviously. I own a lot. I think it's a security. It would be very weird honestly, it'd be very weird to hear them say it's not a security. And when I heard them, I forget who said that, Gary Gensler maybe a while ago, I did a double take. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why? Seems like you're playing favorites though. So Ethereum was pre-mined. It was ICO'd. It was sold as an investment. Yes, then it was proof of work. So during the proof of work time, it was slowly gravitating towards being more decentralized. And then the merge came. And they switched to proof of stake. And if you guys were here, you probably remember me saying, this seems like sabotage. Like, I don't understand why they're doing this. That move to proof of stake pivoted the progress they'd made into the decentralized spectrum right back towards centralized again. If you have a pre-mine and an ICO, and this isn't even about security, but if you pre-mine something, and then you have a proof of work system, that can be pretty decentralized, but the supply isn't. But the supply being decentralized isn't as important as the mechanism of inflation and etc. But once you move to proof of stake, what happens? Now there are no more miners. Now you need to own the asset to generate more, or to generate the inflation, and to control the network is based on your votes, based on how many coins you have. So think about the setup. It was pre-mined. So the ETH Foundation and people who participate in the ICO, once it switched to proof of stake, if they still had their bags, now have an exorbitantly large amount of control over the chain. It was a move towards centralization. If it had never been pre-mined or ICO'd, and they moved to proof of stake, that would be actually a really interesting concept, because that would be, in my opinion, the first decentralized proof of stake network would emerge that way. Unfortunately, Ethereum started it wrong. But going back to a security, it doesn't mean Ethereum's dead. It doesn't mean Ethereum's over. It doesn't mean I'm selling all my Ethereum. But it's how is it not a security? It was sold as an investment. Just like, and this is the thing, it's not Ethereum bad. This happened at a time when there was zero clarity. There was zero government oversight at all. In fact, the whole space was just rogue. No one paid crypto taxes at that time. Like, I don't think it was in bad faith. I think it was there was no clarity, there was no guidance, and really, that's what everything else did, and nothing really came of it. So people thought that's okay. I really don't think it's malicious. I just don't understand why it wouldn't be. Why it wouldn't be. What about ADA? So Mr. Quinto, again, I'm not a legal professional, guys. I can't speak to that level of expertise, but I can speak to my understanding and my opinion. So proof of stake, I think it would come down to how the coins initially were distributed. Okay. Did they have an ICO? If you had an ICO, I mean, you're just a security then. Like, it's just, I don't know how you get around that. If you didn't have an ICO, maybe you can sneak around it. But in my opinion, the more important thing than it being a security is the decentralized aspect. So this isn't ADA. This is every proof of stake. Every proof of stake coin. Think of this. Right now in this room, we're going to create a coin, tomcrown coin. It's a proof of stake coin, right? Right now it's just a theory in our brains. As we go to put that in action, how do we distribute the coins without an ICO? If the mechanism to create the supply is to hold the supply, where does it come from? We create tomcrown coin. I own all the coins. I have all of the staking reward, right? How do I distribute it? If I could find a fair way to distribute it, then it could be decentralized, maybe. But it's just a really bad first step. Like, it's a really bad place to start for decentralization because it starts again with one single point of failure, one single person, or, you know, one single group, whatever. It's very, very difficult to be decentralized and proof of stake. However, this is important. Decentralized and security are not really at all the same. Like, one doesn't equal or not equal the other. Decentralization doesn't really have much to do with it being a security. However, things that aren't decentralized have a lot more, I don't know, actions, a lot more ways to be deemed a security. It is impossible to deem Bitcoin a security because no one sold it to you. It wasn't pre-mined. It wasn't ICO'd. It was of your own fruition. You found Bitcoin, you decided to buy it. There's no promise of return. You know, another hot take talking about securities. Has anyone noticed? I'm not going to draw conclusions myself, but I am going to show you a Twitter profile that seems to have made some changes. Here. You guys are familiar with this human. Someone who did just what we were explaining. Created a proof of stake coin. How is it distributed? I don't know, but at some point, it all started with this one individual. With all this talk of people getting busted, with the security talk now getting hot, take a look at this profile. You might be familiar with this character. I don't hate this person. I find them entertaining. I'm not a huge fan of their community. Their community is very aggro and toxic for even when you don't provoke them. But look at this profile. Looks a little different here. Where did the Gucci go? Where did the diamonds go? Where did the watches go? Look at these tweets. These tweets are very calm. I see no gloating. I see no showboating. I see no ego from a character basically defined by ego. They're coming for people. And by all means, I'll say this. I think Richard Hart is a very smart guy. I do not think he is dumb by any measure. He didn't 180 his entire brand for no reason. I'm just going to leave it at that. He's a brilliant sociopath, age 8. I agree with that. I'll say that. He's a brilliant sociopath. And narcissist. Narcissists aren't going to drop that whole brand for no reason. That's all I'm saying. Watch him come back to Bitcoin. That's the wonderful thing about Bitcoin, though. It's like, he can. Everyone can come back. You can talk all the shit in the world on Bitcoin, and no one's going to gatekeep you. No one can gatekeep you. It is the ultimate equalizer. He got real quiet, and I think we all can speculate as to why. I imagine he got some papers. Got some notices. I'm going to pull this up again really quick. If this doesn't sound like an alibi, not even an alibi, you know, an alibi, an excuse, if this doesn't look like something that you're going to bring up in court later for not responding to something, I don't know what is. Richard Hart does not read messages, email, newspaper, magazines, or nearly any other form of communication, nor listen to the radio, or nearly anything else. Very different bio. I don't know what it was before. Very different bio. This looks like a huge image cleanup campaign. What? This literally looks like the definition of what you would do if you were in deep trouble and were trying to paint a good picture of yourself. Look at this. Richard Hart makes the world a better place. Here's all these people that say that. Here's a picture. How many pictures of them are there of him being a kid? Which I don't think we've ever seen before. If this doesn't look like something you're going to bring up in court for not responding to a summon or something like that, I don't know what is. Don't know what is, man. Wild times. Wild times. You know that recently they had cracked down on some Instagram influencers for financial advice. And it wasn't necessarily, I mean, I'm sure they were giving financial advice. Let's be real. Sure they were, even though I don't even know who they are. But the reason they were able to like get them isn't necessarily what they were saying. And this is my hunch as to why we have this 180 of character. It wasn't what they were saying. It was what they were doing and what they were showing. So again, let's just pretend there wasn't even financial advice, right? There was no like buy this, sell that, you shouldn't buy the, you know, whatever, put money into that. It was because of the images that they used. Displaying pictures of Lambos, of mansions, of I don't know, helicopters, private jets, etc. Because those images combined with their messages, they argued that was implying that following their advice led to that lifestyle. And you can guarantee those people said, no, that's not what we meant. That's not what we meant. No, we weren't saying that. But I could guarantee you that is exactly what they were going for. Like, exactly what they were going for. Of course it was. I'm in the social media biz. I'm in the content creation biz. Of course. I have steered clear of that content because I find it to be dishonest and shady. And because I don't want to go to jail. I think that's why we're seeing the 180. If there's one person in crypto I can name who basically did exactly that, but to the extreme, that's him. I don't know. I don't want to like talk more. I don't want to talk badly. So I'm going to move on. Doge still looking like crap, man. You got to bounce here. Doge does not look great. If you don't bounce here, you're looking at like 5.5 cents. You break 5 and you just have a huge tumble. You have a huge tumble below. I was very, very bullish on Doge from 2020 into 2021. And that's kind of faded a little bit. I don't know. I don't feel the same. I feel the same. Bitcoin chilling. Just chilling. Straight chilling. Back to the 0.5. We do see some layered liquidity here at each one of these lows. That does make sense. They're heavier as you move down. May see a sweep. Let's check back in. 5 might be rolling over, the 15 giving a little resistance. Still rolling over, but it's being reluctant. It's going to take some time. 45 still isn't confirmed. Hour did. Hour now looking to roll over. I like that. But our higher time frame still not looking super hot. Vlad subscribed 9 minutes ago. I missed it. New York selling, going to lunch. Speaking of that, I needed to... Professor Beans was sleepy this morning after her big debut on the internet yesterday. She has not gone out yet. She's still sleeping. Is Vitalik a free man? I hope so, man. That's what I meant about the intent. I don't believe there's any malice intent there. So I hope he doesn't end up getting in trouble because we need him. We need him. Yeah, digital orgy coming down on the Ethereum. Hey, we also have that Shanghai upgrade. The timing of all of this is very weird. Shanghai upgrade allowing some of the staked Ethereum to unlock that's been staked for years. A lot of it now at a loss. And that timing with this is very weird. Does not look great. I don't know which side to believe of him either. I don't hate him. Like I said, I think he's a brilliant guy. Don't really like a lot of the things he said, but that's okay. If you haven't noticed, Digital Orgy, I use my words selectively. I use them selectively, my friend. Have to always be aware that my words carry weight. But I always share my thoughts. This is day 4 in a row we've streamed, and I salute all of you who have tuned in for all of it. Wild. You guys are champs. Champs. It's been a spicy week, and thank God the weekend's ahead. Hopefully some sideways trading. We're upgraded from 9 bears on cocaine to 6 sober bears. Still not very bullish today, but that's okay. We have published some new shorts. Please check them out. They're for ya. I haven't chilled this in a while. CrownAnalysis.com. We have more and more authors joining us, and we're now getting more and more articles, and I love it. Love it. If you want to be a published author and are interested in writing on anything crypto, business, econ, finance, doesn't have to be technical. It can be anything from a life experience to very technical stuff. Doesn't matter. Join the Discord, send me a message, let me know, and we'll hook you up. We are setting up ad, revenue share, etc. At the moment, unpaid, but those who get in now will have spots secured for when we have that all set up, which should be pretty soon, actually. Should be soon. Not a lot of subscribers today. Vlad, 12 minutes ago. Is there anyone out there who hasn't subscribed yet or hit the like button? We need you. We're calling on you now. Calling on you. Into liquidity. Sometimes markets are just that easy. If you haven't checked out Fairdesk yet, our newest sponsor, check them out. Sign up using my link. Help the stream out here. They are a very solid exchange. They're all the licenses, registrations they need, etc. to operate. They are legit. Of course, all exchanges come with risk, but they offer all of the leverage, all of the copy trading, everything you look for in an exchange. They are wonderful. Wonderful. Bybit, of course, the #1 crypto derivatives exchange, our sponsor as well. Check them out. Sign up with my link. Marketcipher. And we highlighted LuxAlgo quite a bit today. LuxAlgo is what's giving us this live order block data. And you can see price has been following that order block data combined with Marketcipher. We have pretty powerful synergy there. Whew, I'm beat. I've streamed like 12 hours in the last 4 days. So it's that time, guys. Jump in the Discord. We're going to do the live airdrop of Bitcoin. I'll make you a holder just for joining. All you have to do is click the verify button once you join. Bitcoin's headed to 19.8. Watch the descending low trend and our lows today, 19.5, 19.6. We do not want to see them break. Things get very ugly. Thanks for tuning in. We will be live again. We are live every other day. I think it might be Monday. And if there isn't any craziness this weekend, if there is, we'll be live. God, please not tomorrow and Sunday. But we'll be live Monday at least. Keep your eye out for the scheduled stream. Don't forget to tune in for the FOMC meeting, Chirpow, March 22nd at like 1 p.m., 1:30 East. You'll be redirected there after the stream. Click the notify me button so you don't forget. I will see you guys soon. Brown out.